Evaluation apprehension occurs when a person undertakes a task and perceives a confirmation that they will be evaluated by observers/an observer. This acts on a socially learned drive to receive positive and avoid negative evaluations, which produces arousal in the task performer. The learned drive-induced arousal has an energizing effect on performance that leads to animating all possible responses, with the most energy going to the strongest habit, whether or not that selected response is correct or incorrect. Therefore, well-learned or simple tasks often emit a correct response, but learning and performance on novel or complex tasks often emits incorrect responses, because the dominant responses for these tasks, being challenging or new, are more likely to be incorrect. Firstly, data indicates that both cortisol and cardiovascular action experience a rise during evaluation apprehension. Both of these physiological responses are also common in emotional experience. Appraisal theory states that the intensity of emotion derives from how one judges and explains the cause of an instance of arousal. Research indicates that compared to non-anxious people, those prone to anxiety experience more negative appraisals before and after they have been evaluated, and they also tend to perform worse. However, inducing positive reappraisals diminishes evaluation apprehension and improves performance. Self-esteem and self-efficacy also influence evaluation apprehension, seemingly by both stemming from histories of success or failure that produce approach or avoid responses to being evaluated. Evaluation apprehension improves simple or well-learned task performance, but hinders complex or novel task performance. This has been demonstrated in athletics as well, with novice golfers performing worse under the view of an audience. In teamwork positions, evaluation apprehension has a positive effect by driving people to perform to the same extent as their teammates. However, if a person is in a low evaluative position, they may reduce their efforts and perform below the intensity of their teammates. Evaluation apprehension stems from a learned expectation of positive or negative outcomes from being evaluated. Therefore, evaluation apprehension should contain a breadth of social implications supported by research. Evaluation apprehension can have a significant effect on people who feel marginalized. Stereotype threat occurs when someone who is reminded about generalizations about an in-group to which they hold membership. This tends to produce inhibiting effects of evaluation apprehension, which can diminish academic and athletic outcomes, and has even been linked with higher blood pressure in minorities. The underlying mechanisms of evaluation apprehension could stem from ego threat and the desire to maintain one's ego. Evidence indicates that threat to ego produces evaluation apprehension. The two-factor theory of emotion also fits. This theory posits that when an emotion occurs, arousal is produced and the person looks to their environment to explain what it is they are experiencing. Using this theory, evaluation apprehension could be viewed as arousal in response to an environment that signals one will be evaluated, and depending on the task performer's skill or familiarity with the task, a facilitative or hindering impact on performance may occur. Furthermore, cognitive factors such as appraisals and personal history seem to influence the extent that one views the evaluative signaling environment as a threat. Evaluation apprehension is a state that facilitates or inhibits performance depending on the task, the evaluators, the performer, and their unique history in psychology. It can produce prosocial behavior and facilitate the performance of simple or well-learned tasks, but it can also hinder the performance of novel or difficult tasks, inhibit the performance of those who feel marginalized, and prevent people with certain psychological/emotional dispositions from succeeding in evaluative positions.